went to the public registry to ask if there were properties under her name that she didn't remember signing. There she discovered something even worse. Jackson had tried to register her house as a shared investment property using altered documents. He didn't succeed due to a technical error, but he had tried. That day, Ellie didn't go straight home. She walked to an old church at the back of the neighborhood, not to pray, just to sit on the bench and look at the altar. Give me patience, God, not to forgive him, but not to destroy him with my own hands. Silence enveloped her. When she returned, she turned on the radio, played a blues song, and began to knit. But what she was knitting wasn't clothing. It was revenge. The seeds of ingratitude were already sown, and they were germinating. The harvest was near. Ellie knew it. She felt it in her bones, in the way the wind blew through the cracks in the door, as if coming to warn her that everything that had been buried in silence would soon sprout. The pre-dawn hours weighed less on her. The cold no longer bothered her. She just counted the days, not with anxiety, but with strategy, with calmness, like someone sharpening a knife slowly, knowing they will use it at the exact moment. One morning, while sweeping the living room with the old straw broom that had lasted so long, she decided to move the armchair to clean underneath. Beneath it were dirt, tiny papers, a dry pen, and a torn, badly folded white envelope tucked into a recycled plastic bag. She was going to throw it all away without looking, but something inside her screamed at her to check. First, she opened the bag. Inside was a document. She read it twice without fully understanding what it said. It listed her full name, her address, and a signature similar to hers. Then she read the header. Last Will and Testament. She felt something squeeze her chest. She sat on the floor with the document spread out on her legs and read it again.
It was a will where she
supposedly ceded her house and savings to Jackson in case of her death. And at the bottom a signature, her signature forged. She felt the silence of the house weigh more than ever. Only the clock's ticking and the distant barking of a dog broke the quiet. She didn't cry. She wasn't surprised, but this time something did break inside her. It wasn't the betrayal. It was the confirmation. She called Walter. Come over. What happened? I found what you needed to see. 2 hours later, Walter was sitting in her kitchen with the document in hand. He read it carefully, shaking his head in negation. This is not only illegal, it's dangerous. If he had filed it, you could have lost the house without ever knowing. Do you think it was him? Walter stayed silent. He placed the paper on the table. This isn't your signature, Ellie. And you have no idea how to draft a will. It's obviously not yours. The most serious part is that this is a draft, and if there's a draft, there may have been a real attempt to file it. Ellie stared at her own wrinkled hands, stained by the years, but still steady. She remembered the day she finally made the last mortgage payment on the house. 30 years of effort. Reheated meals, broken shoes, working in the hottest days, cleaning up other people's messes, enduring bosses' shouts, all to have something of her own, something no one could take away. He wanted to kill me on paper, she said without raising her voice. Walter looked up. He didn't know if it was a metaphor or a literal truth. The silence between them was so long that the boiling of the coffee on the stove became the only sound in the kitchen. And now, what are you going to do? Ellie smiled, the same smile Jackson didn't know how to read in time. Now I'm going to bury him, but awake. Not even 3 days had passed since that discovery when she received an unexpected call from Dr. Evans, the internist at the health clinic, where Ellie had occasional checkups. I need you to come in, Miss Eleanor, today.